Yeah. Never dispose of the pen, I'm at it again, we close to the end. The older I get, emphatic I am. They try to pretend, they try to be friend, wreak havoc instead. Look at the trends, can't comprehend my dramatic ascent. I'm heavenly sent, they try to condemn. Ladies and gentlemen, I am the man. Yeah, different vision but the same goes. Big collision off the main road, that's the beaten path where my brain goes. Felt the devil's wrath off my halo. Hella stones, no Thanos. Hella gold, no rainbow. This is hella genius in my brain lobes. Hella gross as far as revenue goes. Bought me a net for these Benjamins though. You not a threat, you an enemy though. Broke me a sweat, killing enemies slow. Body offset all these feminine flows. Hardly upset, but you testing me though. All of these stats are depressingly low. Why your girl think I'm a specimen though? Drums and them perks is my medicine though. There's no comparison, black in America, little too arrogant. I just embarrass y'all niggas irrelevant. I shouldn't mention it, that's royal etiquette. Out of my element, way too intelligent. Grab you a therapist, send in my sentiments. Neck full of sediments, cop me a Tesla and skirt through the valley. Drop the investment in Silicon Valley. All this cake, but I'm missing the patty. Might mess around and just move to Miami. Drums are so loud that they breaking the chassis. King of the grass like I'm Lionel Messi. I am not crass, but my mental is messy. Mud in my glass while my pencil is sketching. All these rappers, but no one impressed me. Most of them actors at labels is testing.
Swolenormous, what up, beesh?
The sun is shining.
What up,
the
beesh?
birds are chirping.
What's going on,
the
beaches?
bacon is sizzling. Welcome to the Daily Swole.
Welcome to the Daily Swole. Welcome to the Daily Swole. Testing, testing, testing. Test, test, test. Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Test, test, test. Testing, testicles, testicles. Welcome, everyone, to episode 1388 of the Daily Mother Swole, the most muscular Swolecast, Beardcast, Broadcast, Gangcast, Mancast, Pimpcast, Sleevecast, and Slaycast in the realm. Because when I flex, you flex, we all flex our biceps. What's going on, beaches? We are live. Sorry, got some gain stuck in my throat. Ahem, ahem. What's going on, fam? How are we doing? We are live on the Swolenormous YouTube channel. So we've been playing a little hooky from the normal podcast channel. So if you are interested in catching the live streams every single day, make sure you go and check out the Daily Swole channel. It's in the related channels. So yesterday was an impromptu live with Alan. If you didn't catch yesterday's episode, it's here. The reason why I streamed it on the Swolenormous channel is because I was posting all the content on the Swolenormous channel. So I decided just to go live, but normally won't be doing that. That was just kind of like an impromptu. We weren't planning on it. It just went bam, and then we're live. And it was great. And a lot of you really liked it, so I hope you did. I hope you truly did. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. Where's my logo? Where's my logo at? Oh yeah, there we go. There we go. It's supposed to be over here. For shame. For shame. This is a special edition. Let's move this one down here. It is the Daily Swole, but let's move that down here. This is Ask Papa Swolio Live. That way, when people come in, there's no confusing. There's no mistake. So now you can ask your questions. Any questions are good to go. We're go for launch. And we got them rolling in. So without further ado, let's jump right in. If you're new to, again, you can check out the regular live streams and all that stuff. And people are still coming in through the door, so I will go through and get a couple more questions. But a reminder, tomorrow is the weekly accountability meeting. So for those of you that are Swole Fam members, we will not be streaming live anywhere except in the private Swole Fam Facebook group. So if you want to get access to tomorrow's live stream, you can only get it as a member, but you could join for less than $3. All that information is over at swolenormousx.com. You could go to swolenormousx.com, you could download your 7 pillars of Swolenormous. If you haven't downloaded it yet, it's right there at the top. You can learn about our community. You can learn about unlimited access, and you can learn how you can access all the live streams. So swolenormousx.com, all the links in the description down below. And we have the special apparel drop from yesterday. So right now, if you're just coming in, just going over a couple little things of housekeeping, just giving you a little bit of the latest and the greatest. The Never Go Full Steve shirts are available. So let me just pull that up here for a second. If you don't remember, or if you're not on Swole Text, you didn't find out about it yet, but I've been posting this on my Instagram story. Swolenormous apparel.com, swolenormousapparel.com. And let me see here. Let me just pull that up on the screen. So we have all the gear. So a reminder, this is actually convenient. It's actually convenient and coincidental that just the timing of this, because usually we have special releases and we were just doing our special re-release of the Fuck Your Pink Drink. So we were already doing the special re-release, and now we got the not Fuck Your Pink Drink. Not only that, but we have the Never Go Full Steve. So these are awesome. These came out awesome, and especially with the short turnaround time. So if you have not yet checked it out, if you want to grab yours, you can. Never Go Full Steve, women's, men's, tanks, hoodie, and the like. And of course, you could still grab all your Fuck Your Pink Drink gear. And these are limited time. All these are limited time. So if you're interested, make sure you grab it ASAP. So you have Fuck Your Pink Drink, the throwback to last year's Brittany Dawn debacle. And we have the Never Go Full Steve. So I'll zoom in a little bit on that. Isn't that awesome? Never Go Full Steve. Look at that logo. Never Go Full Steve. Never Go Full Steve. Should we send that? Should we send that to him? Hey, Steve. Hey, Steve, here's your new shirt. I'll sponsor you. Swolenormous Apparel will sponsor you. You don't have to be sponsored by Gymshark anymore, bro. You don't need Gymshark anymore, bro. I got you. Swolenormous Apparel. I have the perfect design. The perfect design for you to start your sponsorship with Swolenormous Apparel, Steve. It'll fit you perfectly. Don't worry about the details. I got it locked down for you. Yes, I will pay you more. Yes, I promise you'll get more followers. I promise. I know. The more the better. I know. Trust me. We'll help. But got the perfect design for you. All right. So we'll start ASAP. Oh goodness. Okay. So now we got some questions coming in. So anyway, that's the deal. Remember, tomorrow's episode 1389 is weekly accountability meeting. So members only. Learn more, swolenormousx.com. So no one's like really into the podcast and like, hey, where the hell is the episode? That's where it is. Okay. So this is also going to be available. Today's episode will be available for the download if you listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and the like. So now we got, you get more followers. I promise. I know. Having followers is the most important thing, Steve. You've taught us well. You've taught the Swole fam well. We know. Oh, we know now. Thank you, Azita. I appreciate it. Oops. Was that intro song mix mastered, engineered by you? The intro song, like my actual intro to the podcast, or the song that was playing before? That's King Darius. If you're talking about the song in the intro song, like the waiting room song when I'm loading. Bat guy, nice beard. Thank you. We got some good questions. We got some awesome comments. Nice beard. Spank you. Yesterday's episode was fire. Thank you, Christian. Appreciate it, my dear. Let's see here. Scrolling. So any questions are good to go. We're good to go for questions. How do I get such a majestic beard like you? You have my parents and you don't shave. And also, that's funny. You can laugh it up. Come on. You like that one. Oh, fuck you. You fucking jabronis. Oh, come on. Stop quiet. Whining. Be quiet. If you eat better, good sleep, good hydration, quality nutrition. I eat a lot of healthy fats. I eat really well. Really good food. You take care of yourself. You exercise. You're going to have better hair growth. You're going to have just healthier body, healthier skin, healthier hair. Now, it doesn't mean if you just can't grow a beard genetically, then it's not like it's magic. You can't just sprout a beard just because some people just can't grow facial hair or in certain spots, or they'll let it grow. This is not something that, how do I grow a beard? Oh, I'm sitting here like squeezing. I'm like, something else is going to happen if I keep on doing that. So I'll stop right there. But you have my parents and you eat like me and you train like me and you are me. That's the only way you'll have my beard. But do not underestimate the importance of taking care of your body for healthy skin, for healthy hair, collagen, things like that, bone broth. It's excellent. Johnny Eaton, played a game, 1 push-up for every F-bomb Alan dropped yesterday, or at least every one I heard. You're probably sore as fuck, bro. Sore as fuck. Probably did 1,000. Let's see. I'm at Costco. It has a ton of full Steves. Steve goes to Costco. Orchid Lover 3. Here we go. Remember, questions. Ask Papa Swolio live. Any questions you got, keep them coming. Daddy's answering questions. Daddy's answering questions. Orchid Lover 3. If I have a basil, it's not a spice. Basil, AL. Man, I like that. I like that typo. That was a good one. Metabolic rate of 1300. Should I eat that amount each day or just eat 500 more than that since I know I burn more than two? What are you asking? Yo, what kind of a question is that? Like, what do you want to achieve? Should you just eat more? I don't know what you should be doing. What do you want to do? What are you trying to do? I can't even answer that question. It's not math. Like, where are you in your life? Are you 500 pounds or are you 100 pounds? Are you 18 or are you 85? Have you ever worked out before? Are you exercising? Like, I know nothing about you. Not to mention medical issues. A basal metabolic rate of 1300. That's pretty fucking low. Like, mine was always higher than that, but all right. That's low in my opinion. I don't really know what most people's are. I mean, maybe untrained, that would make sense. I don't know. I don't know anything about you. Like, more details. But here's what we need, fam. Like, I'm not gonna be slinging bullshit here. I never fucking do. I'm not gonna be slinging shit. If you don't give me, I need context, as much context as you can give me. Of course, you got to try to keep the question tight, but if there's a piece missing, I want you to look for that missing piece. A lot of questions are just not full questions because you haven't even thought of the important things to ask yet because you're coming at it from the wrong perspective. So think about that. It's not a bad question. It was just empty. It wasn't complete. Let's see here. What's my workout routine? Jesus Christ. What do you do? I lift weights. I do yoga. I meditate. What's my workout routine? It changes, but it's a general split: upper, lower, push, pull, legs, chest, tricep, shoulders. Could be full body. It changes. It changes. What's your workout routine? What are you trying to change? That's what you're asking. What's mine? What's yours? Let's talk about you. Let's talk about you, baby. Let's talk about you. Excuse me. There we go. Got you on the big screen. How am I looking? If you have a specific question about my workout routine, it's more mobility now. It's more mobility in yoga. I've been downsizing the volume. I'm doing more frequency. I'm not training for as much volume. I've been slimming down and I feel good. I feel mobile. I haven't been doing tons and tons of overload to the point where I'm crippled anymore in terms of but more of a body. I do more of a bodybuilding routine, but I do a lot of mobility work, even with resistance. So I'm doing a lot of single leg stuff. I do a lot of multiplanar movements. A lot of that is done in yoga though. The big screen. What tips would you suggest for training my 12-year-old? He wants to lift like dad. I don't want to screw that up. You can't. Teach him properly. Tips, I would allow them to, he's 12, I'm assuming. So you just want to be careful of the volume. You don't want to be doing you're not trying to, put him through like a bodybuilding routine. So proper form, teach him the importance of recovery. I would get him doing yoga, have him practice yoga with you. No joke. Yoga and weight training and just the basics, but it's just the resistance. You could have a 12-year-old bench press. Absolutely. You just don't have a 12-year-old going to failure doing like multiple sets and doing tons of overload that can cause, more than micro trauma. You don't want to cause any kind of damage to the growth plates. That's what people really got worried about. I think it's what's it called, the epiphyseal plate. It can get damaged in the growth plate and they'll stunt their growth. I don't think it's that easy to do that. It depends on how intense you train or how susceptible and the nutrition, I'm sure. But you can definitely damage a growing child. You just don't need to do the overload that would make them sore. You just want to teach them proper form. So just the bar, a smaller bar, use a dowel or a PVC pipe just to teach good form. And you could do manual resistance and just kind of add a little guidance yoga. Like I said, body weight exercises are great. Kids need to move and they need to learn properly. It's the best time. Plus, it's bonding. But I would say that and yoga. There you go. Phil's got it. Don't focus on the form and the movement. Don't focus on weight for sure. Sarah S., how can I build my lower body muscles? Oh, and if I miss a question, because I'm scrolling sometimes, I skip. I want to stay current. So make sure that you just drop it again and I'll try to get to it. How can I build my lower body muscles, my booty, and lose belly fat? Well, you don't focus on both at the same time. I would focus on building muscle. You're going to lose belly fat and body fat over time. It's getting your hormones in order. It's getting your sleep schedule, your hydration, your nutrition. So I would look into what foods you're consuming. I would look into an elimination diet. That's what I tell everyone. That's what we do inside Swolenormous X. Everyone goes through the nutrition jumpstart, and the nutrition jumpstart walks you through the elimination. It gives you some guidance on your nutrition lifestyles, your approach, like in the whole kitchen, in the entire kitchen for unlimited members in Swolenormous X. We have all the whole breakdowns, which path you want to take after the elimination diet. But the nutrition jumpstart itself is kind of that cleansing. You're taking out the trash. You're getting rid of all the junk that you've always been eating. You're learning which foods your body reacts to best and worst. I would say the elimination diet it's more than just figuring out your diet. It's more than just figuring out which foods work best for you. It's practicing paying attention to your body's signals. And I think everyone that has done, if you've done the elimination diet, drop in the comments. I think everyone can attest to that that's an accurate description of what the major benefit of the elimination diet is that it teaches you to pay attention to your body. It teaches you that, oh, this sign from my body is not just a fluke. It's connected. Oh, when I eat this, it triggers this. My body is actually sending me signals. When I am dehydrated or when I have a headache, it's not, oh, my head hurts, let me stop the headache. It's, why do I have a headache? Oh, I haven't drank enough water. Or why do I have a headache? Oh, today was the first day I've implemented dairy back into my nutrition. And what I consumed today was the normal skim milk that I always had my whole life. And now it's causing a migraine. Let me remove it. Oh, my migraine went away. Let me try it again. I had a migraine. Fuck, this is not working out for me. So then you avoid that. You learn. And you learn that these signals are not by accident. Your body just doesn't have reactions for no fucking reason. That's all your body does. It reacts and it adapts. If you eat garbage food, your body is going to react to it. You go to Taco Bell, you're going to have the fucking shits. You eat Taco Bell every day, your body is going to adapt so you don't have the shits every day, because otherwise you'll get dehydrated and fucking die. So your body adapts, but then you're taking fluid from other places, or you're dehydrated chronically. So then you have more stress. So your body raises other hormones to reabsorb water. So you have bloating and you see what I'm saying? So it's not like, I don't have crap. I eat this all the time and I never have problems, because your body has adapted to eating that all the fucking time. You're going to get dull to those stomach symptoms. You're not going to notice stomach aches all the time if you have them all the time. I mean, again, drop this in the comments below. If you have lower back pain all the time, think about this. If you have lower back pain all the fucking time, I'm going off, fam. I'm going off. You can keep dropping questions, but I'm on a roll. If you have lower back pain all the time, eventually your body is going to become more numb to that reception of the pain. You're not going to notice searing pain all the time. It might become low level pain. So that same pain, that signal, you just get used to that signal. You get used to dealing with a lot of pain. It doesn't mean you never feel pain at all, but you don't have that 5 alarm fucking pain. It might be, you perceive it as a 3, like, oh, my back hurts again. For someone else, for me, I might wake up like, what the fuck is that? Because I don't have back pain, or I don't have the same issue. I don't have issues that someone that's undertrained or doesn't practice mobility and yoga and stuff. But for you, you're used to it. You have it every day, so you don't notice it. It's like if you wear a certain cologne every day, or you work in a perfume shop. If you walk past one of those places, one of those fucking, it's like the gas chamber, those perfume stores in the mall. You walk past it, you're like, oh my God. And people are just standing there in the doorway like, hi. You're like, how are you alive? How are you alive fucking your nostrils like that nonstop? You probably can't smell. Like, anyone could just rip ass right in front of you. You have no sense of smell. But what's ironic is that these people have like a super smell. They can always be like, no, that's that scent, or that's this scent, or that has this in it. I don't know. For me, it would blow my fucking, it would just disintegrate my brain. I feel my brain just like bubbling when you walk past one of those things. When I smell cologne or something, those fragrances that are all artificial and concentrated and that. Anyway. So what were you asking? You want to build, what was the question? How do I build my lower body muscles and lose belly fat? Yeah, start with that. Start with elimination. Figure out what foods are best. Trust me, hydration. Train your lower body. How can I build my lower body muscles, my booty, and lose belly fat? Stop trying to pinpoint. Stop trying to grow your ass and then cut your fucking stomach. Train your legs. Do squats. Do deadlifts. Do lunges. Do kickbacks. Do hip thrusts. Eat better. Sleep better. Go for a walk more often. Like you'll get the gains where you want them. You're building muscle and you're training those areas. Your body is going to build muscle in those areas. It's going to adapt to your training in those areas. And it's going to take over time fat from places where you're storing it, like your lower stomach. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. Zara Fuerstein. Do workouts in heated rooms have any benefits to them at all? So popular nowadays. So hot right now, Hansel. So hot right now. Do workouts in heated rooms, workouts or yoga? I mean, heat therapy, like hot yoga is fantastic. Saunas are fantastic. I mean, if you're lifting in a hot room, I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just going to feel really hot if you're not used to lifting in a hot room. If you're living in the jungle and you're lifting weights in the jungle and you're used to living in the jungle, it's going to be like living in the fucking jungle and lifting weights. You're going to adapt to it. It's like for me, because I've been living in a tropical climate for so fucking long. When I go home and when I go visit in November or December, I can't really work out. I just do a little bit of mobility. I can barely work out because it's so fucking cold and it's such a shock. I don't want to move. I just want to like mobilize. I don't want to like lift weights and push. So it's hard for me to get going. It's if I want to do it over the course of the trip, like right when I get there, I have to go and train. If I'm there for a day or two and I don't get to work out yet, I'm just like, fuck this. I'm going to stay stiff. So, but if I was there all the time, that's where I grew up. I grew up in I used to train through those colder climate. Like I did it. But when you're used to it, it doesn't matter anymore. But when you're not used to it, it's a shock. Yeah. What's up, James? My friend is with me. He's wondering if there are any good exercises, any good lower back exercises that could replace or at least mimic the movement. What? My friend is with me. He's wondering if there are any good lower back exercises that could replace or at least sort of mimic the movement. The movement of what? I thought there was a question there. I have no idea what you're talking about. Mimic the movement of what? Haley, why are all these questions pretty moronic? I don't think they're moronic. I don't think so at all. Don't be a biche. Some of them are. Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing when it comes to if you've been following for a while. And this is the reality of the situation. If you've been following the podcast on the Daily Swole channel, if you've been listening for a while, if you're part of the Swole fam, if you're in Swolenormous X and you're doing all the programs and training, remember that you're listening to a podcast where there are people that have been listening to this podcast every day for 4 years. There are some people where it's their first time listening to the podcast today. So this is an example. Of course, there are stupid questions. I don't think there's never a stupid question. I think there are very lazy questions and very beginner questions and questions that are asked before you even fucking try to look for an answer. They're just lazy questions. I call them lazy questions because you just want an answer when it's like, no, you got to put in the fucking, you have to start first before you can ask a question like that. You have to just literally get going. Anyway, you can make the argument there are good questions or bad questions. You want to be hungry for knowledge, which is good. So at that level, there's no bad questions. But we have people that have never done anything in this community. We have people that maybe have never worked out before. So you're going to get a lot of completely brand new questions. You're going to get a lot of more expert questions. But here's the thing. If you've been listening for 4 years, you've probably heard these answers before. So you're here for support. You're here to maybe ask a higher level question or here to chill because we talk about all sorts of stuff. And one thing that the Swole fam has realized after listening to this podcast over and over again and just being a part of this community is you realize that the basics are the most important. So that's why we reinforce it. We're talking about a lot of similar topics all the time. Why? Because that's the most important thing to discuss. It's not whether or not whey protein, isolate or concentrate or whatever the fuck they're doing now. It's not about that kind of shit. There are good supplements. There are bad supplements. There are things that you should be focusing on more achieving, like vitamins, minerals, whole food products, rather than a lot of the extra bodybuilding type stuff, which is mostly marketing. Can there be some benefits? Sure, but a lot of the other fillers and things that are added make them more questionable rather than something that you should consume. But it's still a choice. You have the ability to make these choices. So we reinforce the basics a lot because the basics are the most important thing that's going to reinforce repeatedly. If we reinforce repeatedly, we're going to get better results. This is where you get results from. This is where it comes from. It comes from doing the basics and crushing them all the fucking time. It's a lot simpler, but because it's so simple, it makes it challenging because this is what most people don't go so deep, but daddy goes deep. Papa Swolio goes fucking deep. We always go deep. You know that. You know that.
Yow.
Always going in. We always go in. By the way, the Swole card for today is never go full Steve. Never go full Steve. So drop that hashtag in the comments and someone's going to win. This is 1387. And it's also, remember, it was 1387 and it's 1388. So this is a double because we didn't give it away yesterday. We didn't give it away yesterday because we're live with Alan, so I wasn't deep into the comments and doing that shit. So anyway, keep on. Questions are good. These questions are good. They're good. They're good. We'll go through them. It's fun. You never know what you're going to get. The Swole is like a box of chocolates. You'll never know what you're going to get, Jenny. Wendy Ditterline. 400 plus pounds. Why can some people my size do CrossFit and keep going with it when I can't? Why does soreness and being worn out keep me so exhausted? I don't even know where. All right, let's try to I'm going to try to unpack these because I know some people don't speak. I mean, it depends. Sometimes people are speaking from different languages and primary languages. And sometimes it's just like, I'm confused as to the question. Wendy, help me out here, dear. 400 plus pounds. Why can some people my size, similar sizes, do CrossFit? Who's 400 pounds doing CrossFit? Where the fuck are these people? Who's doing CrossFit at 400 fucking pounds? People that are 400 pounds barely don't even get off the fucking couch. So I don't know who the fuck is 400 plus doing CrossFit. I want to see that video now. I want to see it now. I want to see who the fuck is putting someone through CrossFit. I want to see that jabron. Is that Steve? Is that Steve again? Get that man a shirt. Get that man a fucking shirt. Get him a shirt. Why does soreness, all right, why does soreness and being worn out keep me so exhausted? Because you're sore and you're worn out. It's like, well, how come when I'm tired, I'm sleepy? You're telling me what you're feeling. Why does soreness and being worn out? Because your body is damaged. You're sore. You're exhausted because your body's repairing it, saying, don't fucking do that again. You shouldn't be doing, if you're 400 fucking pounds, you shouldn't be doing fucking CrossFit. Jesus Christ. Wendy, come check out the Swole fam, Wendy. We got you, girl. We got you. We got you. Go to my website. Go to my website, plug into the Swole fam. It's less than $3. Join. We'll help you. We have a lot of people that have lost hundreds of fucking pounds. A lot of people. How many of you watching live? We probably have someone here live that's lost 50, 75, or 100 pounds plus. A lot of you have already done that watch every day just because you've been part of the Swole fam for a while. You should not be doing. All right, I'm going to go through some questions a little faster here. Let's see here. Ellen Josephine. Yeah, we got nowhere to go. We're just chilling. I love this podcast. I love it. And look, ask the questions. Ask the fucking questions. Just, I'm going to answer them the way I fucking want to. What's better than Papa Swolio on a no-day morning? On a no-day morning, Sunday? A no-day. Oh, Papa Swolio and coffee. Okay, all right. I get you. I thought that was a question. I saw the question mark. You're just saying how awesome this was. I agree. Let's see. Okay. Cherry Blossom. Tips to weightlifting for diabetes. What kind of diabetes? And if anyone else has diabetes, you can drop that in the comments below, because I'd rather people that have it or deal with it themselves answer your question or give you advice because they have personal experience. So anyone here that's a pre-diabetic or diabetic that trains, you can, if there's anything specific that Cherry maybe should know about, that you are aware of, that, from a personal standpoint, drop that in the comments, please. Problems to build muscle, losing motivation because of it. Well, what are you consuming? What's your nutrition like? That's what we have to look at first. And what's your training like? What are you doing? If you have problems building muscle, well, what are you doing that's not leading to muscle building? When it's a combination of the intensity, what you're doing, the nutrition, and I don't know any of that. So you have to apologize for asking. Sorry for all those questions. You can ask whatever you want. I'm not mad. And if you ask a question that I tease or I chide you for, I'm not angry at you. I don't dislike you. I'm just fucking around. Because sometimes you'll have a typo and I can exploit that because it's funny, because all I know is what you type. I don't know if you're happy. I don't know if you're sad. I don't know if you're 700. Some of you I know. I don't know if you're 700 pounds. I don't know if you're 100 pounds. I don't know if you're a man, woman. I don't care what your name says. Like Cherry, that could be a dude. You could be a 90-year-old dude trolling me and pretend like you're a younger female with diabetes or something. Like, I don't know. So think about that too. I'm just seeing text on a screen. So we're having fun. Does anyone else miss the man bun? Do we? Anyone? Any man bun people? Who's a man bun fan? Man bun fan. Dun 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 dun. The man bun fan. All right, here we go. Jonathan J. Gast. What's your thoughts on cardio that preserves muscle instead of burn it off? Oh, God. These questions make me nauseous. Cardio that preserves, there's no such thing. It's not like one, depends on the intensity and the duration of the cardio. Like you can walk or sprint. What's the difference? You're still moving like the same. You're jogging. You can row slowly for 5 hours, or you can row fast for a minute and do intervals. Like it's completely different. What kind of cardio do? I do yoga. I practice yoga, and I do maybe the step mill or an incline walking for like 10 to 20 minutes before I lift, just to get my body temperature warmed up. That's what I do. And I walk the dog. I take long walks. Why did that get small? That's what she said. Oh. Bonnie Koopa. There's a question from Bonnie. Should I read them like Arnold, the questions? Bonnie Koopa. Doing the elimination diet with kids, yeah. Yes, it would be good, but I worry that keeping them from all the crap food might make them, the kids, as a birthday party, they go nuts on junk food, balance ideas, yeah. Is that a question? Doing the elimination diet with kids, yes, it would be good, but I worry that keeping them from all crap food might make them the kids, at the birthday party. Oh, educate them. Educate your fucking kids. Tell them why. Here's the thing, and I don't have kids. I've been around kids. I've talked to many kids. I've been around a lot of kids. I know it's not the same as literally they are yours. So here's my suggestion. Here's what's worked for me when I've spoken with children about this. Like literally, I've talked to people's kids about this stuff, because I've trained a lot of clients in my life, and a lot of them have kids. So we've done this. Tell them why. Educate them. Don't just say no because I said so. Tell them why. They know more than you think. They're smarter than you think. And not only that, this is how they absorb information. They need to be taught things. Don't just say because I said so. Tell them why. And if you can't, then you're full of shit yourself, and you shouldn't be just, meh, don't do it because you can't. Like, give them a reason. There's a reason. You don't want to necessarily just pump propaganda down their throat, but you can explain to them about whole foods and show them the ingredients and show them how they're processed and show them how you could show them the truth. You don't have to hide it from kids. That's the problem. Is today a lot of people that are all offended by every last thing, and they're all up in their own feelings. The problem is because they're raised in fucking little bubbles. They're raised like snowflakes. They're raised so they don't know where their food comes from. They don't know any real challenges in life. They don't know real poverty, or they don't know not having electricity, running water, food, Netflix. They grew up with fucking cell phones. They grew up with a goddamn iPhone. Some people don't have fucking water. So they know no challenges. So then they complain and they whine. And you got to teach them teach them why. Give them the information so they have it on their fucking hard drive and they'll understand. And then when they make their decisions, look, they're going to be, whether they're kids or when they get older, they're going to make their decisions. Once they leave the house, they're going to do what they want anyway. So you got to just do your best. I don't think they'll get, I think it's the opposite. And for those of you that have kids that have done this, I think it's the opposite. If you feed them right at home and you teach them, I think they're going to be grossed out by a lot of that food. I think they're going to be like, ew, it tastes all fake. And I think if you make real healthy food, that's what I hear more often. I hear that kids, when they go those places, they don't want to eat the junk because you told them why and you educate them and you show how everyone's obese and everyone else has stuff. Like, it's not fat shaming. You're educating them on why people gain weight, on health. Facts over feelings. Start them young. Do you care if you eat a sweet potato versus a yam? No, not really. I don't know. Find what works best for you. Sweet potato, yam, whatever you have access to. Not everyone has access to the same things. Which kind do I get? I think the jewel yams, maybe. I think I have yams. I forget. I'll have to look it up. I think I have yams. I know what they look like. Those are the ones that I like. How can I help my 7-year-old autistic son lose weight? The doctors say he needs to. The doctors don't tell you. They're not telling you. They're not giving you any suggestions. Is this where we are in the medical industry? Is this where we are in health? Is this where we are? I mean, I know why we're here. I know what we're doing here. This is kind of rhetorical, but we have a situation where, I mean, what did the doctors tell you? Kanesha, like, what did the doctors tell you? Because I'm not a doctor. I'm not an expert on autism, but of course, nutrition is exceptionally important. What are you currently feeding your son? And again, this is not medical advice. Your doctor should be breaking all this down and giving you resources in order to help your autistic son become healthier and be better. And a lot of you maybe have someone or have an autistic child. Why don't you drop that in the comments? Because it's actually, more common than some of you might think. So just drop that in the comments for her, because I'm certainly not going to mislead. I'm not going to overstep my boundaries. But just the fact that you're asking that question after a medical professional has told you, there's some missing link here. Either they didn't give you any advice, and that's almost fucking negligent, or that is negligent if they're not giving you actual tactical approaches or resources, or you're just getting a second opinion, of which, due to the legality, I'm not qualified to give you a second opinion on that same level. However, a lot of doctors don't know about nutrition, and that's just the facts. A lot of people in general don't know about nutrition. And I would even say I'm a nutrition expert. I'm not sitting here saying I'm an expert on nutrition. What I am saying is that you can take control of it and you can figure out a ton of shit yourself just by implementing a few habits, eliminating certain foods, and actually applying yourself and paying attention to what your body's telling you. And then you cross-check that with everything else that you're doing in your life, with any other type of medical blood work that you do based on your job or based on your current health condition. Because some of you are already starting from, a point of disease, or you have an ailment or an autoimmune issue. You're not, hey, I'm great, I want to improve. Like, you're like, hey, I'm great, but I have some of these issues and I'm healthy for now, but I'm dealing with some stuff. I'm trying to improve that. So it depends on you as an individual and your son. What is the most weight you've had someone on your program lose? I don't have a program. Swolenormous X is not a program. Swolenormous X is an entire network of customization, individualization on all aspects of wellness. So everything that covers in the 7 pillars. So we have community, nutrition, training, recovery, mobility, mindfulness, and consistency are the 7 pillars. So if you go to the website, Wendy, you'll see all the breakdown of everything. So it's a lot more than just a program. We have many programs. We have customizable programs, which all of them are customizable, and all the other training, physical training features. But when it comes to weight loss, I don't know, probably 150 pounds, I would say. We've had several. Many. We've had for sure several that have lost over 100. I mean, who's the champion? I don't know. It's not relevant, that's not important, but any plans on y'all t-shirts, Papa? Any plans on y'all t-shirts? What's a y'all t-shirt? You mean Swolenormousapparel.com, all the t-shirts that we dropped? Don't forget. Never go full Steve. Never go full Steve. Fuck your pink drink. All this stuff is available now. Swolenormousapparel.com. Don't forget. Never go full Steve. So these are all limited. We brought back the fuck your pink drink. I don't know if you knew we had shirts already, Billy, but you just reminded me. Let me just show this. Reminder, Swolenormousapparel.com. Ann Peterson. Hey, Swole, new to the fam. Welcome. I need to lose 100 pounds. My BMR is around. Everyone's counting fucking calories. My BMR is around 100. Who cares? I want to start the 90 dash. Good for you. It's time to start. Today's the day. Should I keep my calorie intake at 1800 to achieve steady weight loss? Well, you're not going to know until you start. Don't worry so much about the number. You might as well just stay right there. You want to change as few variables as possible. So you can eat 1800 and you can adjust from there. If I would start implementing aspects of the elimination diet. I would check out the nutrition jumpstart, and then that way if you're going through primer week, it depends on your experience with exercise. So this is gonna be something that you want to post up in the Swole Fam group. That way we can give you some additional feedback, because if you're undertrained or you're new to exercise, depending on your situation, scratch my throat. Depending, if you're very inexperienced, you don't necessarily want to do any kind of elimination, change your diet any type of drastic way before you're adding, some additional stress like exercise. So it might not be advisable, depending on some more details and rather what you provided here. So calorie intake is going to vary. It's going to vary from day to day for what you require. So as long as you are eating the right foods, the calories will figure themselves out. So quality is everything. And I care about that more than whether or not you're eating 1800 or 2000 at the beginning. So it depends on how many things you're able to take on at once and what you're currently eating. Maybe you're doing great already and you did an elimination diet already. But yeah, I mean, just keep it where you're satisfied, because if you're starting a new program, you want to have the energy available. You don't want to be, in a hardcore restriction necessarily. You want to make sure that your body has the tools and the resources it needs to handle the new stress. And then when you've, figured out, okay, I'm doing good with this, let me start tweaking this, then you can adjust. It doesn't all have to be done right at the same time. So, and steady weight loss, there's no such thing as steady weight loss. No such thing. So don't get that out of your head that you're going to have steady weight loss. Get that out of your head that you're going to lose 1 pound a week or 5 pounds a week or 100 pounds in a year. Like, you can have aggressive goals, but you're going to lose what you lose. Just, don't get off that steady. It's not going to be steady. You might lose 3 pounds one week and, 0 the next week. So you have to shift your mindset to think that's going to be anything but steady. That's not a discouragement. That's a reality check. So you don't get discouraged and fall off. Because a lot of people think they're just going to endlessly lose weight as long as they're just moving and eating chicken and rice or some shit. And of course it stalls and it plateaus. So why might I feel M squared 1982? Why might I feel bloating after working out, regardless of it being weights or cardio? I don't know. I don't know why you might feel bloated. Are you bloated? Or you have gas? What are you drinking? What are you eating? More details. Why might I feel bloating? Maybe you're eating the wrong shit. Are you taking pre-workouts and stuff, or are you sucking down energy drinks? Like, what are you doing? What you doing? Thank you, Christian. Appreciate it. Is calisthenics a good substitute than weight training? It's not a substitute at all. It's completely different. It's human movement, but it's body weight. So is it a good substitute? It depends on. I mean, it's not a it's a replace. You're not replacing or substituting. It's like you're doing one thing instead of something else. You know, is riding a horse a good substitute for driving a car? Like, I mean, if you have no other means of getting somewhere faster, it's like, okay, I'll ride a horse. Not the same thing because I mean, I do dips and I do pull-ups, I do body weight exercise, I do weighted dips and things like that and push. I do stuff. I do yoga. There's nothing wrong with body weight exercises, but just it's different. It's different. I need to scroll. I'm way behind. I'm way behind. I'm scrolling. Let me see. Of course, I'm going to be missing some I'm going to be missing some comments, so I got to scroll through and see if I can get some current ones. So if you need to repeat your question, that's okay. Just don't spam. What are my thoughts on coffee? I drink it regularly. I usually don't drink it this late in the day, but I'm finishing up one container from earlier. I love it. Quality coffee. Get good coffee though. Don't get garbage, moldy coffee and stuff. Where do you buy your coffee? Amazon. Yeah, there's hundreds of different kinds. Get a good organic grind, look at reviews, check it out, find something that you like, find something that has really high quality control. Can I recommend a good TDEE calculator? Provide the correct formula. We have something like that in the nutrition in the kitchen, but off the top of my head, no, I can't. I don't use that stuff. Off the top of my head, I believe we have a link to one that was referred to me. I don't use those things personally. Let's see here. Haley just joined the track team and I have practice every day, every weekday for 2 hours. My main goal is to lose weight, but I also understand the importance of having muscle. Should I be in a calorie deficit? You joined the track team. I don't think you should be worrying about your calorie intake. How old are you? You have a 2 hour practice. You have a 2 hour practice on the track team every day during the week. So you're on the track team and you have 2 hours of practice 5 days a week and you're doing other stuff. I don't think you should be focusing on any kind of like calorie deficit. You should be eating well. If you're on a track team, it sounds like you're young. I don't like recommending any kind of like deficit or restriction for growing athletes. Yeah, I believe we have the links on the site. My point was like I don't use them personally for me, but I don't have off the top of my head what it was, like what the name of the site was. Hi, Papa Swole. Can you do a video talking about male YouTube binge eaters like Nate Figueroa? What about? I don't know if there's ever a video that pops up that I want. There's so many of these mukbang. What am I going to say about them that I haven't said about these other biches? Maybe. Yeah, I'm not just picking on chicks. I mean, I talked about that other fucktard. What's his name? The Nico Cotto, that guy. Scrolling. How do you recommend dealing with family that thinks your diet is ridiculous? Ignore it. You have to ignore it. I mean, I eat a certain way. My whole family was, I was the first person in my family to get into like lifting weights and do this kind of stuff. I was the first person in my family to do that. So I don't remember really getting teased. It was just kind of like my thing. I just didn't care. I didn't notice anything. I got support, but I definitely got, are those things, was that safe to take? Or it was like creatine. This is like it's like what, 20 years ago when, creatine, no one knew anything. The internet was just getting started. So people didn't have all the information. They didn't realize that creatine was like a basic supplement. It doesn't work the same for everyone, but can Allen beat Steve? Who cares? That's stupid boxing bullshit. That's so fucking childish. I will never box anyone for any kind of like bullshit like that. I wouldn't. We were joking about that yesterday on the podcast. Like, get the fuck out of here. Who's going to box each other? Stupid. Is Kino Body good for the fitness industry? I don't think so. I don't think his shit's good for the fitness industry. I think it gets impressionable young males to buy into this bullshit fucking ego-driven nonsense. I think his content is fucking trash, but that's just my opinion. And it's not going to change the fact that some people follow his content. And I move on with my life. Scrolling. Oh, I think my whole thing just slid up. All right, I lost myself. Where am I? I spilled the tea. That's a good name. I spilled the tea. LOL. You put that in your name, LOL. You're just having a conversation in your name. I spilled the tea, but I spilled the tea. LOL. Hey, Papa Swolio. I consistently practice yoga and train my abs daily. I have friends who eat like crap, but exercise just as much as me. They complain they gain weight, yet make fun of my lifestyle. So that's a statement. They complain they gain weight, but they make fun of my lifestyle. Sounds like you need new friends. Yeah, you got to do yourself. Bearded Rhino, I'm always taking shots from family about food. Yeah, you just do your own thing. I don't get pushback. I never really, if I did, I don't remember it. It was so long ago. I don't think I ever got any pushback. It was more like, you really want to eat all that? Like, that is okay. It was my thing. I was so into it. It didn't matter. It was just I was obsessed. I think it was one of those things that most people then didn't understand the way they do today. Health wasn't as I shouldn't say it wasn't as mainstream, but information just wasn't as mainstream. So now more people are aware that, oh, when you're healthy, you eat certain things. And it's kind of like now it's just more like, oh, you're one of those. Oh, you're one of those people. More people are aware of what people that are fit do. It's just more awareness of it. It's not like it's any different. You just got to do your shit. Just got to do your stuff. Do you, fam. Do you. Elijah Clifford, I am pretty muscular but not fit. How do I get above decent cardio without losing my gains? I want to play soccer with my son. My trainer says I have to pick between gains or being fit. That's not the right wording of it. Losing your gains? How do I get above? You want to play soccer with your son? How much cardio do you think you fucking need for that? Like, you just need to just go move, go do it. Play soccer with your son, just start doing some, how do I get above decent cardio? By fucking doing above decent cardio, and your body will adapt to it. In order to play soccer with your son, I'm assuming he's younger. And you just want to go do it. Just start moving. Yoga is fantastic. If you want to get used to moving in different planes of motion, twisting, bending, start practicing yoga. I'll say it 1,000 times. Yoga's the shit, fam. You all know that. You all know that. You're not going to lose your gains if you're eating sufficiently for additional activity. I mean, you're not sprinting and Like, how hard are you playing soccer with your son? You're just like kicking the ball back and forth. That's not a high level of cardio if you're just casual. I don't know if you're like competing or something. I don't know what. And being muscular and fit is different, Elijah. It's not the same. It's not like, oh, I want to gains or fit. Fit doesn't mean cardio. I know that's how you're defining it. That's not the right words. Julia swims. I've been training for open water swimming and have lost half my body weight in the past 6 months. Is this dangerous? What part of what part open water swimming, like swimming in the ocean, dangerous? Because you could make the argument that you can die from that, whether you drown or get consumed by a shark. Not jinxing anything, but that a bunch of things that you said could be dangerous. You have lost half my body weight in the past 6 months. I'm assuming when you half your body weight in fat. I mean, how much did you lose? If you weigh 160 and you lost 80 pounds and now you're 80 pounds, that's not good because you shouldn't be that light unless you're like 3 feet tall. You know, if you're 500 pounds and you're 250 or 400 or you're 360 and now you're 180, it's like, that's a ton of fat loss. So that could be a great thing. So I mean, is it dangerous? It depends on how much it is. And if you have a lot of fat to lose, you're losing fat in water. You're not just losing fat. It's not like you're losing water weight too. And you might have lost a little bit of muscle. I mean, you're swimming a lot, but you're not building a ton of muscle when you're swimming. It's more cardiovascular. You get a lot of endurance muscles and type 1 muscle fiber action, but you're buoyant, so you're not having overload. So if you've only been swimming, you could lose some muscle mass or adjust or switch. I mean, if you were heavy and obese, you do have more muscle mass in your lower body and more bone density because of the weight bearing. Were we talking about yoga? Swole X Yoga Studio. Yoga Studios at Tits. Oh, there you go. Any Jill S. Any recommendations for yoga flows, poses to improve back flexibility? Any yoga studio recommended? And everyone's responding, yes, the Swolenormous X Yoga Studio is awesome. Too much options in the studio? Wait, Jill, are you a member? There are too many options in the yoga studio? I know, that doesn't make sense. Yeah, Phil, you already answered that. What's your real question? Because having too much makes sense. There are plenty of beginner flows, etc. Yeah, there are. I mean, Julia or Jill S., if you have like a question, there's too. I don't think anyone's ever said there's too many options in the yoga studio. I mean, we have like coming up on like 100 classes, but it's like if you're asking on what to choose, like what specific flows to use, because I don't want to assume. I don't know if Jill S. is a member. So don't assume that I know that you're based on like your abbreviation of your name. There are a lot of Jill S's out there. So let's use that example. If you do have access to the Swolenormous X studio, let's say. So any recommendations for yoga flows, poses to improve back flexibility? All of them. All of them. All of them, Jill. All of them. You could focus on the hips. You can do stuff. You could do the twisting ones, the class that are like twisting rotation. They're all good because everything's connected. You will improve your back flexibility and mobility every single fucking yoga class. Anyone that you are qualified, that you are able to handle, like don't go to a level 3 if you're a beginner. All of them. Fucking all of them are great for back mobility. And here's why. Because a lot of times back mobility issues stem from limited ankle flexibility or limited, or hamstring tightness. So you're doing your hips or hamstrings or your quads and your hip flexors or your glutes aren't firing properly. So loosening up your hip flexors and strengthening your glutes, doing our yoga flows and our gluteus medius activation, our internal and external rotation are going to help reduce tension around your back so you feel less pressure, so it'll feel better for you. But it's not your back specifically. Your thoracic spine, if you're rounded and hunched over all the time, opening that up is going to help balance and stack your vertebrae better over your lumbar area, and you might feel less tension, or in certain areas your lats might loosen up, which are going to cause more or less extension of your lower back and your neck. It's all connected. Do anything, any of them, all of it, all of it, all of it, absolutely everything, 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 everything. Pico Rodriguez, my coach is pressuring our team to start performance enhancing drugs to win the school league. What should I do? I don't want to let the team down. What coach is this? That's illegal. And that's not only illegal, it's illegal and morally reprehensible. So because and ethically reprehensible, because you're bringing that up, I have to say you need to go to the authorities, whatever those are in that situation. I have to recommend that because that's one, it's not legal. Those are controlled substances. And that's enough right there. So there you go. I'm defaulting that to law enforcement right there. I'm absolving myself of that question. Now, I said what I have to say. Josh, Papa, have you seen any of the BS about the quote real meat made in a test tube so that there's no animal cruelty? Well, I've heard of test tube meat and stuff like that. Look, there's gonna be a lot. There's gonna be a lot of stuff that comes out, and here's the reality of the situation. Here's the real reality of the situation. If you could ever, at some point, even in our lifetimes, prove that this is equals, over the long term of someone's life, that you can create meat that is identical, if not better than grass-fed, natural, nose to tail organ meat, then that you could prove like it's undeniable. Then sure, then I guess we'll be eating it because it would be better. It would be better than what we're doing now. I don't think anyone's arguing that. So, I mean, but until then, like what I said is not a small order. But I mean, here's the thing. What are you going to do with these fucking animals? There's a couple things. What are you going to do with these animals? They're just going to breed and where are you going to put them? Where are they going to go if we're not killing a single animal anymore? That's not how this whole thing works. The whole world and earth and survival of the fittest and natural selection and evolution. That's not how it works. Where are they going? If nothing dies ever, we're going to have just fucking animals running just rampant everywhere. You're going to have a lot more car accidents if that's what you want. Oh, but we'll have flying cars too. I got you. Anyway, until then, enjoy your glyphosate. Pass. Hillary, my question is so long, but I'll repeat the short version. I've never done the 5 basic lifts. It's been over a year and I still can't squat or box squat. Added mobility, keep falling forward if I hold a weight. Well, it's because of your ankle mobility. Likely. On my toes? Is that why? Your calves could be super tight. Your ankles are super tight. Should I just let this go at this age? No. I'm willing to put in the work. Go back to leg press? No. Fuck leg press. I never do that. No, Hillary, you have to post this up in the group, and you need to show everyone how you squat with your heels down. I can't go into this with just a question. You always squat on your toes? Yeah, your calves and your Achilles tendon are probably super tight because you just don't have any ankle mobility. You need a lot of like deep tissue work and hardcore activation and training. It's been over a year. You added mobility, yoga, single leg. Yeah, you're not attacking. How are you defining reverse dieting? People ask about reverse dieting. I don't think jack shit of it. I would never recommend anyone do it, but I always ask, what's your definition of reverse dieting? I don't trust what anyone thinks it is. Scrolling. Annie Or Anne, thanks for your words of encouragement, Papa. So happy to be in the fam. Welcome, welcome. Since my goal is weight loss, it is hard to not think about calories. I came from a 3,500 a day diet, mostly fast food. Yeah, you clean up your nutrition, you're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. You're going to lose a lot of weight fast. It's because of a lot of water retention and stuff. Yeah, you're going to see a lot of change. Just be patient because that's a huge shock for your body. It's going to take months. Actually transitioning through your macrobiome and stuff. Like there's going to be a lot of things your body is going to go through. Withdrawal type feelings probably too from all the fast food. What are your thoughts on BCAAs and glutamine for muscle recovery? I don't take either of those supplements. So, I mean, if they're super important, I don't take them and I feel great. I haven't taken BCAAs in a long time. Long time. Can you be 400 plus pounds and healthy? No. That's my swole opinion. No. And fuck no. That's the definition of not being healthy. Can't fucking move. That's a stupid fucking question. That's a stupid question. If not, what about strong men like the Mountain, 6'9"? Exactly. What the fuck are you talking about? That's a dumb question. That's a dumb question. That's a dumb question. Yow. Yow. Yeah. If you're 6'9", if you're the Mountain or you're Brian Shaw and you're a world champion strongman, you can be over 400 pounds and who the fuck is saying that they're healthy, by the way? Right? Who the fuck is saying that they're healthy? Who the fuck says that they're healthy? I don't think anyone says that the Mountain or Brian Shaw is healthy. Like for real, who the fuck is saying that they're healthy? They're strong as shit. World's strongest man, not world's healthiest man, not world's fittest man. Not fuck that for CrossFit too, but not like, okay, you're going to like the world's strongest man or CrossFit. Like that's what you're good at. You're good at doing those things in that manner. You've adapted to that. All right. Don't go full Steve. I mean, if you go full Steve on me, this is the episode to do it, but that's a full Steve. That's a full Steve. We're going to end on that. We're going to fucking end on that. That's full Steve right there, fam. Come on. If you're 6'9", if you're the Mountain, you could be 400 pounds, but don't play that word healthy as if they're fucking healthy. They're not healthy. They're strong as fuck. And they're taking goddamn horse tranquilizers. Who the fuck knows what they're injecting? Can you imagine what they take? God, can you imagine what they take and how much for like their size? Sheesh. Fucking pin cushion. Pin cushion. Cushion de pin. What do you think about fat fasts or egg fasts? Egg fast? You know what? Bro. I've been doing this podcast. How can you be in the fitness industry? Like I'm not in the fucking fit. I gotta clarify. I keep on catching myself saying the fitness industry. Fuck the fitness industry. This fitness industry, and there's Papa. All right, get the fuck out. We're out. We're out. Long gone. Sheesh. Long gone. Never been. Where was I? That you still figure out. You still hear things you've never heard before. Like I still see exercise that people do in the gym, and I'm like, who the fuck thought of that? Who thought this would be a good idea to do? On what planet? Where'd this person come from? I'm like, hey, come here, buddy. Come here. Who the fuck ever told you to do something like that? Like, where did you come up with that? Because some of these exercises I see people do, it's like they were sitting there trying extremely hard to like think of something, to create something. See, is fasting for 24 hours plus healthy? It depends. I mean, I've done it. I do it once in a while. I don't want to say I do it once a week, but I like it. But it might be something where I'll have bulletproof coffee and then I won't eat all day until the next day, or I'll have black coffee. It might be something where I ate huge, like I ate a lot the night before. So I'm like, I'm just going to fast tomorrow. I usually don't, I wouldn't do it on a day where I'm training, where I'm lifting weights. Personally, I wouldn't. But I also do protein fasting where there might be a day where I just have fats. So I'll consume fat, but I won't consume protein. I mean, you could do a full, like, I think it's great. You know, I think it's great to do. But for me, I like doing just full fast and or protein fasts. But there's also intermittent fasting. So there's like the debate. I guess debate. I don't think it's so much of a debate as more of a discussion and people are trying different things. Some people like doing the intermittent fasting every day. Some people like doing that and then do like a 24-hour now and again. Some people like not doing intermittent fasting, but then they do a full fast or they do 2 days. Some people have all these schedules. Some people that really do all this like hardcore testing or biohacking, or whatever the fuck you want to call it. And people do all these different things. They track I don't get that in tune with it, but I usually just don't eat until later in the day. Whether it's like, protein fasting and sugar, just having fats until later in the day, or I'm just having coffee, period, black, and then I eat later in the day. So I guess in general, I do intermittent fasting, or at least intermittent protein fasting, or, oh God, I don't think Brian Shaw eating 20,000 calories of Taco Bell is healthy. Get the fuck out of here, of course. uh, scrolling. What do you recommend as a starting point with someone with fibromyalgia? I would need everyone else in the comments to for what works for you. I mean, whether like what's trigger, what your triggers are. I know some things like magnesium supplementation. You might want to look into that. I've heard that can help a lot. Most people are deficient in magnesium, so that's a big one. That's a big one that people like to take like before sleep. Or first thing in the morning, like if you have a lot of muscle cramps or restless sleeping, a lot of times it can come from a magnesium deficiency, and those things are cheap. A quality magnesium supplement, those are inexpensive. It's like one of the more affordable, most affordable, vitamins, minerals. And this is one of the things that's the problem where it comes to my discussion with supplementation or taking multivitamins. Like there are good things and there are bad things about supplements. First off, the quality control is super sketchy. I mean, now with technology, I think there's still mistakes, but a lot of things are a little bit cleaner because there's so many like webcams and live views and live feeds and technology and stuff. There's also, if you're taking a multivitamin, for example, whether or not it's good or low quality, you might get not enough of certain things and too much of other things. When it comes to bodybuilding supplements, a lot of them are just dog shit. It's all fucking marketing. It's horse shit, fat loss pills and BCAAs, all this crap like that you don't fucking need. That's not effective for the average person. And it's a waste of money. But then there's other things that are, that are chronically deficient because our food is more devoid. We don't have the same vitamins and minerals in our food that we used to. So even if you're eating quality organic X, Y, and Z and you're doing grass-fed beef and organ meats, we're still limited in the quantities of these vitamins and minerals that are depleted over in their soil. So getting certain vitamins and minerals that you're deficient in, and everyone's going to be different. There's certain things that are beneficial for most people. But again, everything is most. Nutrition is most. Some people might need a lot more vitamin D. Some people might not need as much. Some people need more vitamin A. Some people don't need as much in terms of supplementation. Some people might be getting more of it. So until and you're testing yourself, and that can get expensive and get out of most people's realms, but there's certain supplements or vitamins and minerals that could be beneficial for individuals, for most individuals. And some of these, there isn't like an upper limit, like, hey, this is bad for you. Like vitamin C, if you take 1,000, you're going to be, it's dangerous, right? A lot of these don't have upper recommended limits. And oftentimes the RDA and that kind of bullshit is it's crap. It's bullshit. In all my experience, my opinion, everything that I've seen, if you're more active, you have more muscle mass, you're training harder. These are like things that are put out by the government to tell you this is what keeps people alive. This is what keeps people from not dying, not to perform well, not to be like an active, healthy person. These are like minimum requirements to not starve or die from like a magnesium deficiency or a vitamin deficiency. Those are those minimum requirements. Minimum. You want the minimum? I don't think so. You want the minimum? You want the minimum based on average that was done like 80 years ago on average American people? Get the fuck out of here. Not my interest. So there's a lot of research, a lot of stuff you can look up. There's a lot of articles and blogs and people that know more than me that are saying the same thing. So you can reference those things for individual supplements, but also those of you that are part of Swolenormous X, I do have some things, anything that I try that people either recommend to me or that I poke around because I do some specific vitamin or minerals in order to, to make up for some things that I might be missing. And I play around with things because I think there's always options and things that we can try. But when I say supplements are bullshit, it's because you should be focusing on these types of things, on whole foods and on specific nutrients and specific customizations, rather than these blanket like, I'm going to take a protein and a pre-workout and a post-workout and intra-workout and BCAAs and glutamine, and now I'm going to get gains. And now I'm going to fucking lose weight. It's like, no, now you're going to be broke, and you're still going to not get results because you're not sleeping, not hydrating, you're not meditating, not practicing yoga, not training properly, you're not eating the right foods, you have a shitty, it's all the other things, the 7 pillars. It's the other things that you're not getting to. Anyway, little rant there, but some good stuff. Okay, let me give away this card. Let me give away this Swole card. Dun, 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 dun. So I just went off on that comment. So thank you for your comments and stuff. Hope that helped. Let's see, never go full Steve. Scrolling. And a reminder that tomorrow at 12 noon Eastern time, tomorrow, let me see who is going to win the card. Swole fam. Who's got this? James, congratulations. Look at you, bro. Look at you. Congratulations. Congratulations, James. That James, 1130. Send us an email to support@swolenormous.com. You won the Never Go Full Steve. Congratulations. Look at you. Look at you go. Look at you go. Everyone say congratulations, James. Congratulations. Be nice. Everyone, you know the deal. Be nice. Everyone plays. Be nice. Don't be a dick.
Come on, stop whining.
Don't be a baby. Don't be a baby tomorrow. What the fuck is Never Go Full Steve? Oh my goodness. Give a shout out to my queen, Amy, because she be needing some extra love. Well, I usually don't take requests. This is Casey Kasem. All right, beaches. All right, so James, sent us an email with the details and your mailing address. We'll send that to you. And tomorrow, remember, tomorrow, 12 noon Eastern time, private stream. So I will not be streaming live. It's only for Swole Fam. We'll be streaming live in the private Swole Fam Facebook group tomorrow at 12 noon. Big announcements. Go over to the Facebook group if you're in the Swole Fam and make sure that you click the events and say that you're attending the event. I posted it. That event is live. So tomorrow, 12 noon, go over the new releases, go over the new updates, the new things, the new shit. Very, very important. Do not miss tomorrow. And we'll be back on the Daily Swole channel on Tuesday. So if you don't want to miss a single episode every single week, every single time, traveling, priority access, make sure you go, and you could join for less than $3. Get access to Swole TV and to the weekly accountability meetings and all the priority access episodes. Join the Swole Fam. It's the best fam in the realm. You can learn more at swolenormousx.com. And I'll see you tomorrow for 1389 accountability meeting, 12 noon Eastern time, fam. I will see you there for 1389. Peace, McGeese. Deuce, Magoose. Yeah, boy. Papa Swolio. Oh. Out.